Right, so this is the update I promised. Now, I have not heard back from them. I have given them up till this morning. The notification that I received on email, as was shown in the previous video that I sent out, I think 2 days ago, was that I would get a feedback from them on the 20th, which was yesterday. So right now the time is 6:26 a.m. of Saturday, the 21st of October 2023, and so I'm posting this update video. My position is based on the understanding I have what the CBN rules are. They are supposed to get back to me in 3 days to confirm that they've received my complaint, to acknowledge my complaint, and then they have a window of time, I think that's equivalent to about a month, to then treat the case. They could come back earlier. They told me 8 working days. I took objection to that, not because I wasn't willing to let them do their work, but because I didn't like the answers they had given me when I made the complaint. For somebody to tell me that this is Nigeria, and then the other lady there on the ground floor at the customer service end telling me I pushed the button twice. Very disappointing, coming from people who they are supposed to understand that they are serving people and they're supposed to protect the interests of their customers, and they're supposed to have answers that will pacify the customer. And they must be willing to listen to and understand the issues, and then say something that makes the person feel okay, at least something that makes sense is going to happen to help me get what I need. Instead, they were so willing to just give me the most ridiculous answers and just push a piece of paper to me for me to feel. That was the reason why I rejected it. It wasn't that I was trying to be unreasonable. I just saw that they were not being serious-minded, and I saw that they were used to dealing with people who did not question or challenge them. That was why I took the position I did. Now, I knew the CBN requirements. I have enough contacts in that industry to know what to do. So I went back the next morning and I did what I needed to do. I filled the form. That's why I'm saying that right now I have not heard back from them. So on Monday morning I'm going to take the next line of action. And in the meantime, this update is there to let you know that I haven't heard from them. And I also want to note that I did a little investigative work, because somebody sent a video to me after my first video went out that was viral about the Zenith Bank and at Obafemi Awolowo Way, and something that happened there with to somebody who used also a GT Bank ATM card at the Zenith Bank terminal. Now that one had to do with his account being debited to the tune of 1.7 million. Now the reason why that's of relevance to me is that because I wanted to be sure about that story, because I know this country is full of all kinds of things. So when I saw the viral video, I told myself, I need to double check this, I need to fact check this video before I go with it and use it anywhere. So I didn't turn it to mine to kind of boost the credibility of my claims. Instead, I chose to hold on to it. Then after I got the GTB people to acknowledge my stuff, then I took a trip. That was day before yesterday on the 19th, down to I took a BRT bus down to Obafemi Awolowo Way. Okay, so I'm going to be doing another reaction video. So I'm going to do a reaction to that video in a separate recording after this one, because I don't want to lump them together. But I just want to say that it was while I was there at the Obafemi Awolowo branch, all right, of Zenith Bank, that I spoke about the reason why I came, that I wanted to verify the authenticity of that particular video story. And then I told them the reason why I was interested was because I had an experience with Zenith Bank and GTB at the ATM at Ojoribega, and I told them what had happened to me. So as I explained to the security operatives there, the CSO, the deputy CSO and all that, the deputy CSO then told me straight away that he had experiences like that they had such at their own branch, and that typically what happened to cause that was that the buttons needed to be serviced on the ATM machine. Now that made a lot of sense. And he said, he was sure that by the time I go back there, that they would have rectified that and the machine will be working well, and it was most likely a fault with the buttons on the ATM machine. That makes a lot of sense compared to the person that said I pushed the button twice, the young lady in GTB customer service who refused to use the brains that God gave her, and then the other lady on the middle floor who talked nonsense telling me this is Nigeria. Both of them did not offer any practically useful explanation. This gentleman, within a few seconds of hearing my explanation, he said he would even calm me down and all that, and ensure that I understood that he was on my side, and then he would have told me what he told me. So that's what most likely happened, and I'm going to be telling the Zenith Bank people that when I see them on Monday. So that's it. Once I say that to the Zenith Bank people, hopefully they will listen and they will check the machine out and make sure they clean it up and make sure it doesn't do that to somebody else and create needless pain and suffering for somebody who might not exactly have the means to get additional funds from any other source. Once I do that, then it will be for me to take the action I said I was going to take regarding the GT Bank aspect, which has to do with my getting my funds back. I don't want to hear any stories. I just want the money reversed back into my account. That's it. All right. So please be careful, everybody. I think we are in the ember months now. All these kinds of things probably are most likely going to be happening more often. While I was at the what's the name of this bank now? Sorry, when I was at the MTN office, because I have issues with MTN too now, I saw a lady there that was complaining bitterly about how she was getting debited and yet not receiving credit alerts on her phone, to the credits on her phone, despite the fact that she paid. Sometimes she would recharge for 3,000, 4,000, and she brought such, I think, about 4 or 5 different examples of it that had been happening over the past 2 weeks. And she was there to complain that none of them had ever come through on her phone, and she was tired and she wanted it corrected, blah blah blah. Of course, in my case, I went there because once again I have another issue with them. This time around with the paper recharge I did, which completely loaded successfully and yet did not credit my phone balance. And I was told they were going, they love big words, so they're going to escalate it. What that means, I do not know, because the last one they escalated, I still haven't received it, and they think I'm going to give it up. They don't know the person they're playing with. Anyway, so I'll keep you guys posted on what happens eventually with the 10K left with GTB. All right, cheers.